Demon Slayer is going to adapt Infinity Castle and the Sunrise Countdown arc into a film trilogy, with the episodic anime itself coming to a halt with the Hashira training arc. This very arc ended in a massive moment with the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps sacrificing himself, his wife, and 2 of their children as part of a suicidal explosion to weaken Muzan. It makes sense to want to eliminate Muzan, but why go so far as to simply weaken the demon when you know that an explosion won't kill the Demon King? Why is it so serious to Kaguya? Let's discuss the entire ordeal in this video. And beware, there are mild spoilers for anime-only viewers. Before getting into our content, we'd like to make a very small request to our viewers. Please subscribe to our channel, like and comment on our videos, and press the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new content. We'd be grateful to you, and we hope to bring you the best nerdy content in the future. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Origins of the Ubuyashiki clan. To understand why Kaguya Ubuyashiki killed, or rather martyred himself and most of his family brutally, it is a must that we know the origins of his bloodline. Born into the Ubuyashiki clan, the curse of an illness was Kaguya's unfortunate birthright thanks to Muzan Kibutsuji. This is because the Ubuyashikis had descended from that very first demon, which meant that they had a blood relation with the one who tainted their bloodline and was the personification of evil. As a result, every male member to be born into the family was fated to acquire an illness that changed the appearance of their skin into a pinkish, burn-like look and slowly spread across their body to claim their lives before they were fully grown. Naturally, the family wanted to rid themselves of this curse and visited a priest. They were then advised to marry women who the priest had picked for them. After they began to follow this rule, the lifespan of the men of the clan increased, and they lived till early adulthood, but not more. The illness didn't leave them, and neither did the promise of a short life. It was just slightly longer than before. So another fix was needed, and the only way to do this was by killing Muzan, as it would purify their bloodline once again. For this, the Ubuyashikis were advised by priests to dedicate their lives to killing Muzan, as they had to remove the stain from their lineage. This led to the clan establishing the Demon Slayer Corps. They didn't fight on the front lines, as they did not have the physical condition to do so, but instead, the current male head of the clan across every generation acted as a leader of the Demon Slayers. In this position, they officiated everything, assigned every Demon Slayer a battle in the presence of a demon, and oversaw the entire organization. The tragic backstory of Kaguya Ubuyashiki. Coming back to Kaguya specifically, his father had committed suicide when he was only 4 years old. As the head of the Ubuyashiki clan, his father was, at some point, the leader of the core of their Oyakata. The man was sensitive, however, and couldn't deal with the trauma of his troops dying or being responsible for sending so many demon slayers to their deaths. The emotional stress from this ultimately resulted in suicide. After the man's death, Kaguya, the oldest son, assumed the role of the next Oyakata. Meanwhile, the middle child, Senri, sets fire to the Ubuyashiki mansion to commit suicide. Not only that, but he also forced his youngest brother, Akito, to join him. Their mother tried to save them, but she succumbed to the flames as well, leaving Kaguya all alone. Naturally, Kaguya grew sick due to the curse, and at the age of 18, the priest of the clan selected the girl Amane to be his wife. She was tasked with caring for his physical and medical needs, but Kaguya had only one condition for his marriage. He wanted Amane to care for him, not because she had to, but from her own free will. Luckily, Amane did desire to do so, and the two ended up married. Together, they ended up having 4 kids, and the entire family assisted Kaguya as the Oyakata of the Demon Slayer Corps. Why does Kaguya hate Muzan so much? Muzan is obviously the most hated character in the show. Even a boy as pure and kind as Tanjiro hates his guts, so it only makes sense for Kaguya to hate him, as his clan has been cursed by Muzan's existence and he has to deal with his troops dying directly or indirectly due to Muzan. When we see Kaguya Ubuyashiki, he is always shown to be gentle and admired by even the most aggressive Hashiras. However, he has always possessed a ridiculous amount of bloodlust due to his hatred for Muzan. During the Entertainment District arc, the tides turn in the favor of the Demon Slayers after centuries, as Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and the sound Hashira Tengen Uzui work together to defeat the upper rank 6 Gyutaro and Daki. Now, Kaguya possessed tremendous foresight, just like the other members of his clan. This is how he knew that Muzan could not be killed by decapitation, but only by the sun. This is also what led to him claiming that the defeat of the Upper Rank 6 would send waves and cause the upper ranks of the 12 Demon Moons to fall, one after the other, to the Demon Slayers for the first time in centuries. Most importantly, he knew that Muzan would initiate the final war in Kagaya's lifetime, sometime during the last 5 days of his life. Sometime before the Hashira training arc, Kagaya's condition worsened and he was bedridden. At the same time, the Demon Slayers succeeded in defeating 2 other upper ranks. The Mist and Love Hashira manifested their Demon Slayer marks, and Nezuko became the first demon to conquer the sun. Kagaya knew that it was now or never, since Muzan would come for Nezuko to snag her ability for himself, since conquering the sun was his ultimate goal. So, the Demon Slayer Corps would have to act fast. For this, the Hashira training program was initiated so that every Demon Slayer would succeed at manifesting a mark. However, Kagaya knew that it was time for Muzan to meet him, and that this time, Kagaya himself would have to do something. The thing about Muzan is that he's just too powerful, and the only person in history who could fight him was Yoriichi Sugikuni. So, he had to be weakened for the Demon Slayers to be able to engage him at all. Of course, Tameo's anti-Kibutsuji drug would contribute to his weakening, but for her to even get close to Muzan to inject the drug into him, Muzan would already have to be significantly weakened. And Kagaya took that responsibility upon himself and used his reputation as a gentle soul to his advantage. When Muzan visited a dying Kagaya, Muzan was unaware of the true hatred that Kagaya bore for him, as the Demon King had cursed his lineage. This scene was also where Muzan became aware of Kagaya's hatred and compared his bloodlust to venomous snakes. Kagaya silently showed his anger while addressing the far stronger target with no fear. He continued to belittle and provoke Muzan, mocked his wish to become immortal, and referred to his death as a definite and unavoidable future. Kagaya knew that Muzan would visit him, so he set up a trap on the garden bridge, which he finally activated. The entire estate blew up, and with that, Kagaya, his wife, and 2 of his daughters who wished to be with their father in his last moment were blown up. The explosion was tremendous and split Muzan into numerous bits and pieces, weakening the demon significantly to the point that he was unable to regenerate instantly and needed quite some time to do so. Kagaya had also made the Stone Hashira aware of this plan, who led the other Demon Slayers to the scene to start a fight with the weakened Muzan and stall him until sunrise. During this time, Tameo was able to immobilize him using a Blood Demon art and inject him with the anti-Kibutsuji drug, which weakened him further, and Muzan was made to age by over 50 years with each passing minute, all while he was oblivious to the effects of the drug. While demons don't really age, Muzan's anatomy went through those years without eating any humans, so the lack of nourishment led to a lack of strength in his rapid aging, creating a situation where Demon Slayers were able to fight him back. Every male in Kagaya's line, himself included, had lived a pathetic and short life because of Muzan. His father killed himself over witnessing his troops die because Muzan's existence ensured that the patriarch of the clan would have to eliminate him by hook or by crook. His brothers and mother died in a fire when he was a kid as an aftermath of their father's suicide. Kagaya himself had to deal with the deaths of so many demon slayers, and more recently with the death of the flame Hashira Kyojuro Rengoku, since Muzan had created the 12 demon moons. Long story short, every misery in the lives of the Ubuyashikis could be traced back to the existence of Muzan. So, Kagaya was willing to do anything to take the Demon King down once and for all, and if it meant that he had to blow up his entire estate, himself, and 3 of his family members to weaken Muzan enough to buy his troops a chance, he was willing to do it. With that, today's video comes to an end. What are your thoughts on the legendary leader of the Demon Slayer Corps? We want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Until next time, this is Wheezy249 signing off, but you can always find me on Twitch. Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.